Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Milk and Cookies Total War. This is your host, Indie Pride, and today I have a nice little change of pace for you guys. My good friend YHK Chang, otherwise known as Arca, some of you might remember him from Fishy's Classic Battle Tournament. I think we played in the second or third round of that tournament. He and I decided to jump onto Shogun a couple days ago and do some classic battles. Now, I don't think we've done any classic battles on this channel up to this point, but I really, really enjoy them. I think they're a really nice change of pace from Avatar Conquest, a little bit more balanced. They don't get played too often though, and I'm not really sure why. I think they can be a lot of fun and add some nice variety. But today we are on Koshinetsu Ridge in the snow. I am the Takeda. YHK Chang is the Mori, which is just a little holdover from the Classic Battle Tournament where we could only use Hojo and Mori clans. In all of the games we played, I think he picked Mori, which was interesting. But I am the Takeda clan, obviously known for their cavalry, so I brought pretty heavy cav contingent and 3 Yari Samurai. Obviously, those will be used for their rapid advance to get to the top of the hill. But the true trump card that I have in this game, of course, would be the 5 ninja units I have on top of this ridge. This whole video will be dedicated to ninjas. There's actually another replay at the end of this one that I'm not going to commentate, but was a really quick battle that my friend Abhajatura played, and he absolutely destroyed somebody with a ninja core. So they can be extremely devastatingly effective on ridge maps like Koshinetsu and Sakura Ridge. Obviously, you can place them outside of your deployment zone and put them on top of a ridge and let them get a downhill charge. And with their high attack value, they can absolutely shred through enemy units, especially if they're not expecting it. So my whole army setup, obviously, my plan is to take the ridge as quickly as possible. My Yari Samurai will allow me to do that with their rapid advance and obviously all this cavalry. And let's go over YHK Chang's army setup real quick. He's got Naginata Samurai up front, no dachis, some katanas, just an eclectic mix of infantry, a couple Naginata warrior monks as well. I would assume that he has 2 katana samurai hidden and maybe a no-dachi samurai hidden as well. And he also has some great guard and katana cavalry and 2 bow cavalry over on his right flank. So let's get into this replay right now. Press play. And as you can hear right at the start of this battle, activate that rapid advance, get to that hill as soon as possible because this whole army setup hinges on the fact that I can get a downhill charge and get the morale bonus for fighting downhill while he has to struggle uphill. And obviously he was not expecting a ninja attack right at the start of this battle. I think as soon as he got a look at my army setup, he might have imagined, because obviously 3 Yari Samurai and 6 cav units is not a large army. So I think he might have suspected something, but not sure. Get my fire cav up to the top of this ridge. One thing that I love about classic battles is that you can bring multiple units of the unique unit types like fire cavalry, mounted gunners. If you really want to troll somebody, bring multiple mounted gunners for the Tokugawa. That's messed up tactic, but I'm not doing this battle. Takeda obviously not known for their ninjas, but their ninjas are pretty much just as effective as any other clans. Gonna activate the stealth ability and just get a really nice downhill charge. Not gonna activate the bombs. I don't think they're gonna be useful here. It's all about getting that downhill charge bonus. And as you can see, he is pretty out of position at the moment. And get that first downhill charge. Naginata Samurai gonna take the brunt of that. He's spreading out. Obviously, he wants to capture that sword dojo. I'm going to do my best to not let him do that with my Yari cavalry over on the right. And pretty much just engage all the way down the middle of this right now, tying up all the units that I can. And he has his bow cavalry shooting at my cavalry over on the right flank. He's going to make a micro mistake here. Let his bow cav get caught. And I am going to be able to catch up to them with my fire cav and take those off the field. This is a really mobile army setup, and so basically get my ninjas into melee and just flank my cavalry around. He does not have enough cavalry to stop me. Obviously, I have the advantage of being Takeda, so I have better cavalry anyway, but he left his general exposed there. Got a lot of cav coming in from the rear now, some Yari cav, light cav, and great guard as well. Gonna do my best to take out that gen who's already down to half strength, and my ninjas are still hanging in there. The Hanzo shadows are absolutely amazing in classic battles because, in fact, hero units in general are much more viable in classic battle mode because you can't get the insane veteran unit stats that you can in Avatar Conquest. So any unit that has like the 29 attack that Hanzo's Shadows do, they can be much more effective because the standard units just can't get that high attack value. And obviously the morale bonus that they give to your troops as well is extremely important. And their Hanzo's Shadows are great to bring with other ninjas because it'll mean that your ninjas will stay in the fight that much longer. And really, that downhill charge just shattered YHK Chang. I mean, he's pretty much off the field already, and we're only a couple minutes into this game. All his katanas have routed, and he pretty much only has cav units left. He's got one full strength great guard and, yeah, another great guard left, and that's all he has left on the field. Obviously, the biggest advantage of having a ninja attack is the element of surprise. If someone's not expecting that, you basically, as soon as he realized that there might have been ninjas, he should have just pulled back off the hill, because you do not want to fight uphill against something like that. Five ninja units with 25 plus attack, it's just not going to go well, and you saw that right there. Morale penalty just completely shattered the entire army setup. And he's gonna target all the vulnerable units that I still have, a couple cav units, but the morale penalty setting in now, and the last few units that he has on the field are routing. So basically, how do you counter an army setup like that? Well, obviously, one, you want to know that they're bringing ninjas, and the easiest way to do that is, number one, ninjas are almost always going to be more effective on a ridge map, like Koshinetsu Ridge, Sakura Ridge, on any map where they can get a downhill charge. If they're fighting on flat ground, they're just not as effective. So that's one thing that'll give you a hint. But looking at an enemy's army setup, you want to make sure that they've spent all their Koku, and you can see all their Koku. If you see a massive part of their army missing, obviously you're going to maybe want to suspect either ninjas or hidden cavalry. And that's something that you should always do. You should always assess your opponent's setup at the start of a battle and see, has he spent all his Koku? And if you don't think he has, then just be aware of that. I think YHK Chang would have been in a much better position if he had just come down off the hill. He would have had to have conceded the sword dojo, but fight on flat ground, and that ninja ambush would not have been nearly as effective. But this was I think his second battle in like the last couple of months. He took a long break. He's a good player, but he took a long break from Shogun. And as many of you probably know by now, if you take a break from a game like this, you can lose your micro skill pretty quickly. So it takes a little bit to get back into the game. But I want to say thank you to him because it was a really good game. There was another game that I played with him that was actually a lot better and closer. It was the Iko Iki versus Mori, I think it was. And that was a really close game, so I'll show that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll go to the stat screen right now, and I will see you in a minute. Alright, so here we are on the stat screen. Obviously, didn't deploy very many men, only 930. I brought 5 ninja units and pretty much all cav, only 3 regular infantry units, those Yari Samurai, which I think are a great addition to a ninja corps, especially on those ridge maps. If you can use that extreme condition or rapid advance to get to the top of a hill, and get a downhill charge with them as well, Yari Samurai can be very effective against even katana units or units that are typically better than them in melee. 371 losses, 1,300 kills. Honestly, he had trouble that battle. He just mass routed, like he just completely mass routed. He had 371 kills, and my best unit was a Yari Cav, and then my Kisho Ninja did very well in melee. 80 kills, 100 kills, 120 kills. Oh, and actually I forgot to mention I brought a Kiyomasa's Katana Cav. That was another reason that was a really small army. That's a really powerful unit too, of course. Very high charge bonus, very high attack. So I think that was a good addition to the army setup as well. Arca, just none of his units had any chance to do much fighting uphill like that. They just all mass routed. So we're gonna, like I said, gonna be bringing you another replay in this video. I'm thinking I'm gonna do an introduction for that and then just let it play out because it's only like a 2-minute video and it pretty much demonstrates the exact same thing, but it's pretty entertaining to watch. So enjoy that one, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya. Hey guys, welcome back. So my friend Apajatura sent me this replay, and I thought it was really funny, kind of an awesome battle to watch. This was a 1v1 that he played on Sakura Ridge against Battlestar J-Volt, and he brings a Ninja Rush. This is Sakura Ridge. Ninja Rushes can be extremely effective on ridge maps, as you'll see in the Koshinetsu Ridge that replay that will go before this. It can be an extremely devastating strategy, but really the biggest issue is J-Volt's army setup is just not set up to be effective on a map like Sakura Ridge. The 5 Bow Ashigaru, just not a good call on a map like this. It's really hard to skirmish. So you're going to see why this kind of army setup is not very good. Honestly, there isn't much to commentate it. So we're just going to record, and I am going to mute myself. So enjoy this, guys. It's a real quick battle.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord! Our general is in grave danger, my lord! My lord, a glorious victory will soon be yours.